Are we on?
We are
Live?
on. Hello, explorers. How's
Hey,
everyone today?
everybody.
We have a lot of good things going on today. We are really excited. Today is Wednesday, May 22nd. I knew I was going to say
Good
March.
job.
Yay, I did it right. First of all, we have some very special guests. We have someone who's going to be a mouse on the wall. So we're first going to say that because he's going to be here to help us.
With our official chat check.
Chat check. So who is the mouse on the wall today for us?
Hey everybody, I'm Jim. My channel is More Sunshine Please. I'm just here to help facilitate this awesome interview we got going. So I'll be here, but I won't be here. So thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thank you for being on here, Jim.
All right, and we have, these guys are probably the darling couple of YouTube. We are so honored to have them on our show today. It is Lolita Loca. So if you I wish we had their music, because every time I hear their music, I want to do that. It makes me want to shimmy.
Oh my God.
But you guys
Close
introduce
your
yourselves.
eyes, everybody. Sorry you had to be subject to that.
Introduce yourselves.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on, everyone?
This is Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are Lolita Loca, and we're here on D&G Explorers live stream. Thank you guys so much for having us. We're looking forward to hanging out for the next hour and answering all the questions and getting to hang out with your crew. And so honored that you guys have us here, so we sure do appreciate it.
It's going to be really fun. So a little bit about us, because we might be getting people tonight that have never seen us and are probably thinking, who are these yahoos that are on here? So I'm Derick.
And I'm Gregory, the non-Yahoo.
And we are D&G Explorers. And we are a Disney/cruising channel. So
we're an adventure channel.
We're explorers. So we are trying to bring the two communities together. In the chat, you'll notice we have cruising channels, cruising fans, Disney channels, and Disney fans. And that's the way we like it. We like to get them both together to explore. If you guys don't have an idea of what each other is like, it's a great chance for you to join us and see it.
Dilly dilly.
Yes, so we'll get into that.
RobFuz said dilly dilly, so just sing it back.
Dilly dilly. So real quick, we are going to Big Explorer here, because if you forget our names, this is Big Explorer, and I'm the Little Explorer.
I don't know how to take that, but okay.
So thank you, Danny McGlone, who I saw in the chat. But Greg, real quick, if you want to introduce, say hi to the people that are in chat.
Hi, everybody. Oh, wait, you mean on here? Okay, I'm joking. MGM Traveling is here. Tom Henry. We have Jim with More Sunshine Please. Brittany Lockwood. Rob Souter. Adventures of David and Aaron. We have Nathan's Boat Reviews and More. And Paul Wilgus. Scrolling through. Rhonda B. Lisa Wise. Tom Beetle Bailey. That's a cool name. Josh Odom, I think I said MGM Traveling. Sherry C. Cruz, DisLyfeOfOurs, So Tweety, RobFuz, Katie Burr, Danny McGlone, Orlando Parks Rover. I want to make sure I don't forget anybody. I think I said Rhonda B. Robert from Life with Favor, Lucy Murray, and Life with Favor is also on here. Jeff Geyer, Stephanie Regina M, Dave A, Blaine 2007, Zippity Doodad, Maureen Kirk, I think I said George B. So welcome everybody. I don't think I forgot anybody, but if I did, I apologize, but I think I got everybody. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. And we have, if you guys know our channel, we can be a little bit silly at times, and today we're gonna have some fun. Is my hair going up in a weird direction?
All wackadoo right now.
So we're gonna have a little bit of fun. As you can see, these are new shirts from us.
Oh, dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. So this is a good show. There's actually
Pepsi,
just Pepsi in here tonight, but it's got Blue Moon on here. But so cheers. It's gonna be a good show. So a little bit about these shirts, you guys. Jim, who's the mouse on the wall currently, he made these shirts for us, and they are available on Amazon to purchase. So Jim,
yes,
our support channel, thank
awesome.
you so much. So I don't know if you guys can really see it, but
I like how the yellow pops out with the red.
It's kind of like Harry Potter.
And it's like an off red. It's almost like a Gryffindor red and yellow.
Yeah. So a little bit about today. We're going to go over some quick news. We are going to do our best to keep this show to an hour. We always say that, and it goes over. But today, in honor of our guests, we want to make sure we respect them and keep it for about an hour. We're going to go over some quick news. We're going to go and ask them some cruising questions, especially with the vloggers that are in the chat today. We're going to ask them some questions because their channel is grown amazing, and give us some tips to help our channels and maybe how we can grow. So that's a little bit about what's going on. Two quick news that we have. One, the Oasis of the Seas, which has been in the news a lot recently. If you remember,
Poor thing.
It was in the Bahamas and the crane hit it and caused it some damage. But they just announced they're doing a $160 million refurbishment. So they're changing. It's a 10-year anniversary of the ship, and it's part of the modernization of Royal Caribbean that they're doing with their ships. And there's different things that they're doing with it. One of the stuff that they're doing, which I think is cool, it's the Apollo 18. It's like the escape room, but you have to figure out all these different things in order for the ship to be able to launch.
Oh, that's
so fun. Yeah, so that's one of the things I'm looking at. But coincidentally, someone did something today. So Lolita Loca, tell us about what you guys did today, what you released.
Yeah, so the Oasis of the Seas, completely my favorite cruise ship. So I was excited about this refurbishment information. And so we did put out a video today talking about really 5 things that I was super excited about for the refurbishment. I'm also excited about trying that escape room. They kind of had it listed for the kids, but I don't know. I don't know if kids is an age thing, but I really want to get in there and see if I can launch the Apollo 18. I think I could do it. And I'm kind of excited. I didn't realize that the Oasis class ships did not have water slides if they were built before 2016. So it looks like they're going to do some really nice stuff to that ship. And then the really thing that I'm excited about is the karaoke theater. I'm looking for spending some time there. So a lot of cool stuff going on with the Oasis. And it's interesting because, just recently with that crane accident, they put a report out that said they lost $52 million in future sailings based on that accident after insurance. And it's interesting that it didn't dissuade them from dropping this $165 million into that ship. But I think it makes the Oasis super viable. I mean, sometimes you think 10 years old, you think that's an old ship. Do I really want to get on it? But man, it's going to be a really sweet ship, I think, after these upgrades. So yeah, we made a little video today, and it was really out of excitement more than anything. I'm stoked that they're working on the Oasis.
I think you could classify yourself as a kid.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We're all big kids here, and karaoke's right up our alley, so that'd be fun to do.
Awesome. All right. The second news is Disney just 2 days ago announced that 2 of their 3 ships are going to be based out of Port Canaveral. Now they're building another port there, another terminal.
We don't know the names yet either of the ships.
Not the names, but currently they have the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy, which is selling out of the home port of Port Canaveral. So 2 of the 3 ships, which are going to be released a year apart from each other, so 2021, 22, and 23, 2 of those ships are going to be going out of Port Canaveral. So there'll be 3 ships coming out of Port Canaveral. So the interesting thing is, where is the 4th one going to be based out, or the 3rd one going to be based out of? But what's going to happen to one of the ships currently? Now, the Disney Dream is, they said one of the ships will be selling to the Bahamas. Currently, that's the Disney Dream, which does 3 and 4 night cruises. That's what I'm thinking. But sometimes they do like a 5-night cruise on the Dream. They mix it up a little bit, but for the most part, it's a 3 or 4 night cruise out of Port Canaveral.
Jeff Geyer said Dream is porting in Galveston.
I was wondering if they were going to mix it up and move some ships around. So that
was
might mean
chat check, sorry.
the Fantasy might be going into Port Canaveral out of it. So that means 2 of the other 3 ships. So you kind of wonder, where are the ships going with Disney? We're going to go to D23, which is a big Disney convention where they like to announce different things. That's in Anaheim in August, and we're hoping the day that we go, it's going to be in they'll make some announcements of where the names of the ships and some of the other things about it. And sorry, Greg's moving stuff around. I'm trying to figure out what he's doing and hold a conversation at the same time.
I was trying to do that. I can't get the cursor on. It's okay.
It's all right. All right, guys. So some good, interesting news, which is coming up, and we're going to hear a lot more out of it, especially with the Disney ships, because they haven't released a whole lot of information other than 3 new ships and 2021, 22, and 23 is when they're coming out of it. So that's our news.
Should we do any chat check for any questions
I
or comments?
think so.
Or anything?
I think it's time to do
a chat check. Oh my God, what are you doing?
It's time for Chat Check, brought to you by More Sunshine, Please.
Chat check.
The quicker picker-upper.
Did you forget that Jim's here for the chat check?
Yeah, we can still introduce him now. Jim, take it away.
Jim's not.
I just did it. Can you hear
Yeah.
me? Chat check.
Both just did it. It's okay.
Jim, do we have any questions out there that people are
Excuse
asking?
me.
Mostly everybody's welcoming each other. They're excited. They're sharing their stories about the cruises. Questions to come. So we'll see.
Very good. Greg, do you want to welcome people into the chat?
We did get a super chat donation. Thank you very much. I don't know how. I don't.
Adventures of David
Adventures of David
Aaron.
Aaron.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
I figured out how you check it. You have to click on it.
Our-
Okay. I
Our
didn't know that.
California boys. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
I don't know where I left off. I think Barrow Boy Woods is here. Dave A.
Just Pamela.
Just Pamela. Okay, so I'm going down. Cruising with Wheels. Let me see.
Journey with the Gingers, Slinky, and Angle King.
Oh wow, these are some new people here that
Yeah,
we
it's
haven't
great
seen
to see
before.
you guys. Tasia Travels are here.
Bob and Ashley is here. He's
Sherry-
driving home, so stay safe while you're listening.
Sherry Awesome Sunset Travels.
Did you say Taser Travel?
Yep, George B's here. RobFuz, we says, welcome RobFuz. Dana McGlone, Donna Kalura. I think we might have got everyone. So welcome, guys. It's pretty exciting. We got 58 people watching our channel right now. So
anybody.
very exciting. Can't believe how much we are excited about it. But we forgot to do something. So we're going to try to switch this up a little bit. Lolita Loca, tell us a little bit about your channel, when you guys started, and just a little bit about what you guys are.
So we started cruising back in April 2017, and we watched a ton of YouTube videos before we went, and we thought, man, it would be super cool to film our cruises. Now, we did it primarily because we wanted our kids to have a record of what we were doing. We don't think they'll watch them anytime soon. As a matter of fact, they kind of turned their nose up to the YouTube
They sure did.
to the YouTube life. But from what we know about our relationship with our parents, we know that we wish we had more footage of our parents, and so we started making videos for our kids primarily. But the other thing that we were really interested in was connecting with other people who have a passion for cruising. And so it was about capturing, and it was about community. And so shortly after we went on our first cruise, we made the Lolita Loca cruising community and started making connections with other people. And so really our channel kind of grew out of community. It kind of grew out of the Loca fam. And then as we kept making videos, it turned into like a hobby. Can we make interesting videos? I think anybody that gets on the camera has to have a little bit of a ham in them. So we definitely like to jump on the camera and see if we can entertain people. And you guys know how it is. Once you start entertaining people and make that connection, you just want to keep doing it. And so a lot of our channel has come not only from wanting to document the cruises, not only wanting to build community, but also to have a kind of creative outlet where we can entertain and inform. And so that's really what we've just been pursuing over the last 2 years. Making different types of videos, trying to connect with new people in different ways, and cruise a lot. And so we kind of put our minds to cruising. We've gone on 8 cruises in the 2 years that we've been a channel. We've been trying different cruise lines, and so we just hit it every day with those things in mind: family, community, creativity, and being entertaining. And that's kind of how we pursue it.
Do you guys each have your own favorite cruise line, or do you basically agree on the same one that's your favorite that you've been on so far?
I don't know. So my favorite cruise ship is the Oasis. I don't know if that makes Royal my favorite cruise line. I need to try some more.
Right.
I think it's hard to choose a favorite cruise line. We've been on Carnival the most, but the Oasis is my favorite ship. But I tell you, as a cruise line, I kind of like MSC. What do you like, Jenny?
So my favorite cruise ship was the Oasis as well. And I think that cruise line, I mean, Carnival is so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think Carnival, because you can kind of just hang out, do your
Oh, wait a minute.
thing.
Hold on.
What?
We're on D&G's channel now. They've changed shirts, which I think is super impressive. But I forgot, we're on D&G's channel. Disney is our favorite cruise line.
Oh,
You know, Disney.
We love Disney.
Well, I mean, we love Disney, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Royal only because their casino comps are much better.
Oh, we do like the casino.
Oh, yeah.
How's the casino on the Disney ships?
They are amazing, and the best thing about it
they
is
don't exist.
you don't
How dare you?
money. You don't lose money on the Disney.
You a cruise line with no casino? What's
No,
going on here, Jenny?
no.
They do a bingo though. BINGO. Bingo was
In the absence of all other gambling, I guess that will get you your fix, right?
That's all right.
But you get prizes and stuff. So we actually didn't get to do it. I'd actually like to do that sometime.
yeah. Some people win a lot of money on it.
Dice game with the princesses, right? Like when you run a dice game in the hallway with Snow White and Cinderella. It could be fun.
Or Ursula.
That's right. I
Yeah.
guess we're both royal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are, as Jenny put it before, we are gonna try to go to the dark side in the coming up future with Carnival. I actually have given in and have decided to try a Carnival cruise ship. So we'll be doing that some point in the near future.
Yeah, we'll announce our upcoming cruises. So, one of the things, just a little about for some of the Disney fans that might not know, Lolita Loca. So, not that anyone should compare, but so we're gonna toot our own horn at first. So we've been vlogging. Our first video was released in October of 2017. We had after our first 6 months, we had like 45 subscribers, which would have been like April of last year. We just went over today 1,200. So that's a pretty good jump in about 14 months.
Yeah.
We jumped that quite a bit. We just went over 52,000 channel views. So, and I'm trying not to laugh because we're very happy with our performance. But listen to these numbers. Lolita Loca just went through their 2-year anniversary of YouTubing. They are at 24,000 subscribers.
That's awesome.
After the first year, they were around 600 subscribers. They are 40,000 views away from 4 million
Oh, wow.
views.
That's incredibly
You
awesome.
guys are rocking it. And we'll talk a little bit more, but the way you guys are doing things, how you build everything is just so amazing. Definitely are a channel to to learn from, to see how you do things. We were drawn to you just because you guys are so natural. I mean, you're like everyone's best friend, and that's what drew us to you. We've been watching you guys a long time. So one, congratulations on everything that you've done, and it's just been amazing watching you guys grow. So you guys are doing awesome. Thank you.
So I think it's time for a quick check.
Well, thank you very much for your
Yeah.
kind words.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks. It's more than we'd expected. You know, we just been working hard, and it's really neat to see it come about. And yeah, the numbers just keep climbing, and so we just keep feeding the machine, right? We just keep making videos. So it's been a really cool ride the last year for sure.
Like, I didn't mean to cut you guys off with that chat check. Sorry.
All right.
Jim. We lost Jim. All right, so chat check brought to you by More Sunshine, please. Can I have some more sunshine, please?
Oh, wow.
I think you might like that karaoke room.
So, Jim, are there any questions? I think we saw some.
We do have
okay.
some.
I can barely see
One
that.
is it's MGM Traveling asks us, D&G, are you going on a Halloween group cruise with Jenny and Tony? We are not, unfortunately. We are
But
hoping.
that sounds awesome.
We are hoping in
Halloween.
the future. Now, we have 5 cruises booked through 2021. We told ourselves we need to scale back a little bit and not go on so many cruises like one year.
I told you that we need to scale.
Now we ended up having 2 next year and 2 the following year. We are going to go.
That's scaling back, yeah.
Yeah, that's really scaling back. There might be a cruise that might work out for these guys. So we're crossing our fingers that we can do a cruise together. But yeah, currently, no, we're not. We do have like our cruises are booked like every 6 months out.
We did do our first Disney cruise, or our first cruise line ever, and Disney cruise was a Halloween cruise, if that counts towards that question, I guess.
But not with Jamie.
I know, yeah. But it was a Halloween cruise. It was pretty cool.
So Tweety, who had come in, welcome. So Tweety asked, "Does Disney Cruise Line have a drinks package?" Now they might have changed recently, but
Is that a soda drinks package?
Yeah, no. From what I know is the only thing they had was it was like a beer mug that you could buy, and what it would do is when you go to the bar, you could give it to them and you would get it at a lower cost. And unless it's changed, I think that's the only package that they had. I could be wrong on it. Blaine 2007, welcome, Blaine. Tony.
Pepper Tree Villa, like Michelle Phillips, Nurse Nancy, just so that we don't forget anybody. I think that's all the newest people that came on, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. The question is Tony, how is your air hockey practice going? And a little bit, what does that mean? Because I know what it means, but others might not know.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so our group cruise in October of 2020, we're co-hosting that with our friends over at Sharon at Sea, and I see that they are in the house tonight. What is up, Jamie, Sharon, Matthew? I don't know, a couple months ago, Jamie, he jumped out, and Jamie is the he is the lead anchor over there at the Sharon at Sea channel. But he issued a challenge for an air hockey match. Now, I'm not an athlete. I mean, this isn't what I do in my life. But I have taken up the challenge. The gauntlet was thrown down, and I've hired an air hockey coach. And I've been on a significant air hockey regimen. This is like my paddle hand. I have to do this exercise.
I have to ice it every night.
Yeah, I have to do this exercise. I got sweatbands. I got my own paddle. I got my own puck. And so every day I go, and there's like in Charlotte, there's a whole old school air hockey crew. Like these guys are hard, man. Like you go down there, and if you don't hit the puck just right, they hit you. So I guess the answer to the question is my air hockey practice is more challenging than I thought. But I think that I am almost ready to take on Jamie. But I don't really think he has skills. So I think I'm going through way too much effort. But that's the air hockey update. We're still a year out, and hopefully he doesn't pull a hammy and back out. But I think I've got this.
Derick and I usually, when we play air hockey, we're pretty competitive against each other. And he tends to like make the puck fly off the table completely, so you gotta kind of like duck and cover at times.
I'm not aiming for the goal. I'm aiming at something else.
Yeah, gee, thanks. But it's
gonna be some shenanigans going on. So, but I'm ready.
Yeah, that's why my cruise is. I'm getting the trophy ready to carry home for you.
That's right.
That's right.
Also, real quick, Mary Ellen, Shawl, and we also had some others coming on. Oh, I thought we had said welcome to Sharon at Sea. If not,
yeah, we did.
Welcome. And then there was someone else that jumped in too, and I saw it. So thank you everyone who's joined. We currently have 75 people watching in the chat. We have 52 thumbs up. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Real quick, this is our second round of shirts. This is also brought to you by More Sunshine Please, who made this for us. The cool thing about this shirt is you can see the hidden Mickey up here. This is the anchor, wow. And there's also somewhere, the magnifying
according
glass.
To Jim, there was like over 800 hidden Mickeys, which I have no idea where they're all at, but okay.
All right, guys.
You need a special pair of glasses to see them all. So we
can do that one first.
So how do you plan for your cruise? How do you guys plan for your cruise?
I think we just go through like what we first of all, we don't ever we haven't traveled the same ship twice yet. So that's one of our things when we're looking for a cruise. We just do not look for something, you know, that we've already been on. And then that's about it.
Yeah.
You know?
So we have some like overarching principles for us, and it took us a while to get here. So in the beginning, we went on Carnival, and our first cruise was a challenge because the engines broke, and we got some credit for a future cruise. So we immediately booked another Carnival cruise. And about the first 4 cruises, we were just like, what's the cheapest? It didn't matter if it was old. Let's just go on more cruises. Now we're kind of, I don't want to go on an old ship. I don't want to go on a ship that I've gone before. And we try not to go on the same cruise line if we've been on there before. Now, we have been hosting our group cruises on Carnival because a lot of people, that's pretty accessible to them. But we did just announce a new group cruise yesterday that's on Royal in 2021. And so, but really the criteria for us, like when Jenny looks at cruises every night, let's just be honest. I'll be, you know, hanging out.
Like, hey, we should book this.
Playing video games with my brother, and she'll just yell over top of the game, can we do this cruise? And I'm like, well, have we ever been on that cruise line before? Is it a ship we've been on before? Is it a new ship? And if she can clear all those hurdles, we'll consider going on the cruise. But yeah, we don't put too much thought into it other than that criteria there.
Yeah.
So you said that you don't do the same cruise line, but there's different cruise ships within that cruise line.
Well,
So you do the same cruise line but different ships, right?
Correct. That's what you're saying.
Well, we try not to do the same cruise line. So we do run through that. The only ship that we're going to repeat is the Breeze on Carnival, just because we're doing the group cruise with Sharon at Sea. But like for this next cruise that we have, we're going on the Celebrity Equinox in about 90 something days.
Right.
And at first it wasn't a Celebrity ship. Jenny was pitching me like another Carnival ship, or she was pitching me a Royal ship. And I was like, no, you know, I didn't care what ship it was. It's like we'd been on those cruise lines. And so give me something different. And so we run through that first. Like it has to be a really good deal to repeat the cruise line. Like, so for me, I love that Oasis ship. I'm ready to go back and cruise more Royal, but I'm holding to my own guns that I want to be able to, I really want to be able to show people a lot of different things. I think it's good to, like our friends Sharon at Sea are really, they've been with Carnival for a long time. And so when I think about Carnival, I think about those guys, but we haven't been doing it so long. So I think for us, we just want to try to show the idea for us is at some point we do want to be loyal, and then we'll just cruise the same cruise line over and over. But to me, in the beginning, before you're loyal, it's easy to try a bunch of different cruise lines. That way you don't feel the draw of those loyalty rewards that you're not getting. So for me, I want to try, we haven't tried NCL, we haven't tried Holland America. There's just a couple lines that are like part of the big popular lines that we want to try before we start locking into a single line.
I agree.
I'd be afraid to run out of cruise lines at some point. Then you'd have to start recycling and doing ships.
And that's been kind of the way our approach was too. We were diehard Disney fans, and we were only going to sell Disney, but then we kind of changed our mindset of what else is out there, and you know what are they like. So we will, by the end of 2021, we'll be on 3 Disney cruises, 3 NCL cruises, a Royal Caribbean, and a Carnival, I think is what it is. So we have 5 booked that are upcoming. So we have the same mindset. We don't really want to cruise on the same ships, and we want to try just different ones just to kind of experience it and take people along with us on our journey too, is what we're showing on it. So it's cool. And we've done a lot of cruise lines. Well, we've done the 2 cruise lines you guys haven't done, so it's interesting to kind of see a different perspective. And NCL does have a casino, just so you guys are aware of that.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. Like I think the adage holds, cruising's like pizza. When it's good, it's really good, and when it's bad, it's still pretty good. So to me, you know, anytime that you're on a cruise, you know, that's the other saying, any day on a cruise is better than a day at work. So we'll take any of the lines except this, because they don't have a casino. I'm just kidding. Let me ask you.
We may go for bingo.
Can I ask that question? If you were meeting somebody that wanted to cruise for the first time, would you recommend the Disney ship, and what would be the Disney sell? Because it's a lot more expensive. What would be the one thing that would sell somebody that's maybe a mediocre Disney fan? Would you push them to Disney for their first cruise, or would you try to get them started on something else?
That's hard. I mean, my first sell would be for someone who, if they love the Disney parks, if they love the Disney experience, then they're going to definitely love a Disney cruise because it has all that. A lot of people mention that they're afraid of having kids around. And we didn't really notice that. They have adult-only areas. They have adult-only bars, pools. So there's a lot for the adults only to do. There's 2 restaurants depending on the ship. On the older ships, there's just 1 adult-only dining restaurant. So if you don't want to be around kids, you're not going to experience it. You will probably experience just as much kids on another cruise line, depending on what season you guys go to. So I wouldn't, as a drawback, people worry about that. The Disney Castaway Cay Island is amazing, and they have their own adult section, which we've gone there a couple times, and it's never been crowded. It's been quiet. So it's a different experience. That would be my hard sell on it. If you're not a big Disney fan, then I would probably say try, for us, NCL, because it's a different experience. It's just really more of what your interests are. The shows on Disney are good. The service is great. So I think you kind of get what you pay for, but Disney does up the cost on things. So it's kind of I think it's more of a on person to see what their tastes are. We love the dining with Disney because you do rotational dining. The servers follow you around. So they know you on the first day. They know what your likes are, your dislikes. If you have a certain drink that you want, it's there ready for you on the day. We ask for not caviar. What is it called? Escargot. We ask escargot every day, even if they didn't have it at that restaurant. They brought it over from another restaurant. So there's certain things that you get from a Disney experience that you won't get from other ones.
They also, I think of Disney Cruise Line, I just think of the word magical, because everything is encompassed within that word. They do everything they can to make you happy. They follow you around. Your servers follow you to each dining room every night. They go out of their way to make you happy, like Derick was saying, as far as like escargot. I never had escargot before, and then I got hooked on it. And so the second Disney cruise that we went on, we asked for that right away, and they made sure it was there every night. But
when you get on the ship, they call your name out, and they introduce you and
welcome you.
With the crew clapping. So makes you feel special when you walk on
it.
The entrance to Disney ship is a lot better. When we went on the Bliss, we went through kind of like a back room, which was plain, and then we jumped into the casino. So it was kind of less dramatic. But when you walked into the Disney ship and you walk into the atrium, and that's where they have these statues in the atrium area, it just is a great welcoming feeling.
It was a little chaotic on the Bliss too when you first walk in, because you're worried about getting into whatever room it was called. I don't remember now, but it was a certain room you had to go into to book your shows, to do your go-karts, your laser tag, all that stuff before it got filled up. So that was a little chaotic. But with Disney, it's a lot different. They have themed nights. They have pirate nights. They have themed cruises, Marvel, Star Wars.
Marvel, Tony. Marvel. I see your shirt.
I don't. Yeah, that is a cool shirt. I don't see any other cruises doing like themed cruises like that on a regular basis. Now, however, I did see an article, and Derick kind of laughed at it, but I forget who was doing it. But it's an
Holland America, I think.
Yeah, it's an alien or UFO cruise. So it's like a UFO convention on a cruise line where they talk about UFOs and aliens and stuff. And we love that kind of stuff. That would be, I think, a lot of fun to do. But that's like the only other cruise line I've seen that's done like a themed cruise like that. But Disney is just, there's nothing like it, and their service is impeccable. And you get free room service. Not room service. What is it? Room where you order food.
Room service.
Yeah, room service. Okay.
You just have to tip them. It's included. It's included in the cost.
Yeah, so room service, and I'm thinking of just cleaning your room. Hopefully that's included. But yeah, their food is actually really good. So it's just when I think back on the cruises for Disney, it was just magical. You can add little things to it. Your room, they have packages where you can add, chocolates, fruits, special touches in the room and stuff.
Well, a lot of people,
It's really
cruise lines
awesome.
do that, but there is a lot more options available on a Disney cruise.
Yeah, so it's different. It's something that everybody should try at least once.
Yeah, definitely.
It sounds pretty cool. I definitely like the idea of the rotational dinner. Of course, on most of the other cruise lines, you just have the main dining room, and of course, you'll have the same staff every night. But I know that food service on the Disney cruises are elevated. I've seen a lot of cool videos on that, so it's definitely appealing that way. I like the fact that it seems to me, and you guys can help me out there. It seems like almost every dinner is like dinner and a show.
Right.
At those restaurants.
The first time you go around, they do like a show on it. Whether
like
it's
the art of animation room, that was a little kind of emotional actually, because the paintings come to life and just what they show.
the second time you go through it, it's a different experience. It's not a show, but yeah, there's usually 3 shows, and then they have a pirate night, which is a pirate menu, and the waiters and all that are dressed as pirates. So they do a lot of theming for the shows. They're
the
really
Rapunzel, the royal table, that was awesome. That was a dinner and a show.
That was cool. Yeah,
I can't even imagine it, right? Because even as an adult, when you go into Disney and you see the castle, it's so magical. And cruising is so magical anyway that being on a Disney cruise ship is probably super exciting. Like someone had said, they're top notch in everything, entertainment, and maybe some grandkids.
I think we should do a chat check.
I think so. So,
Jim, are you there for our chat check, please?
Chat check.
There he is. Brought to you by More Sunshine, Please. More sunshine, please. Chase the storms away. And we had a bunch of storms.
all right, real quick, guys. Thank you. I know there's been people joining us, so thank you. TIF, Lindy Lou, John Fiskus,
Joe Flanagan.
And I don't know if we
Emily
missed any.
Flanagan.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining us. We do have a question. So it is from Lucy Murray.
From Jenny.
Says, how did you become a travel agent? And is it something you would recommend doing? I love to travel, and I would love to plan for others and pick up a little extra travel money for myself. And before we have you answer that question, we did another change. It's probably backward for you guys because you're not drunk. We had issues earlier with our way back when, and Jim made these shirts.
To us.
He made them in reverse, so when we watched it, you guys would see it the right way. But then they quickly fixed the problem, so it's backwards now for you guys as well as us.
So it's just an inside joke now, but it's forward for us when we look at the screen.
All right, so Jenny.
So I became a travel agent. Did a lot of different research. Went with Expedia just because it worked best for us. Tony and I are both actually travel agents. It's a lot of hard work. If you are ready to help other people with their travel, I would look into it, and just have your network ready and, to help friends, family, and just be ready to also have your checkbook ready because every time you find a great deal, you want to jump on that as well.
Yeah, just the nuts and bolts of the travel business. Usually you have to pay a fee to be associated with. There's a lot of organizations out there that you can get into travel. Usually you have to pay up front to become a partner or an associate or whatever the terminology is. And so we paid one-time fees. We pay a monthly fee. And but what you said about the network is key. To be successful, you have to. It's a people business. And so you have to have some way to make contacts with people. If not, it can be a little bit of a lonely business, and you're spending a lot of money and not booking a lot of travel. But it turned out to be complementary to what we're doing with the channel, and it worked out well. But again, I don't know if it's for everybody because it's almost like being a real estate agent. You have to. There's so many ways you can book a cruise. Like you'll talk to tons of people that say, why don't I just book with the cruise line? And so there's a lot but it's if you've got the connections, you got the network, and you got the time you want to put in, you can build it into a decent business.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of hard work. I work my marketing job during the day, and sometimes I'm up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, just finishing up. So it is fun.
Wow, that would be so tired from that. Along with that question, though, so Tweety asks, I want to know how many hours a day, which I think you kind of answered that, hours a day it takes for Tony and Jenny to keep up on their channel / Facebook page, comments, etc. So she wants to know how long it takes for you guys to keep up this channel.
So, we have our day jobs, and I want to say, I mean, it's actually an all-day project, right?
Yeah.
Like, there is some days that we maybe get 4 hours of sleep at night, and on the weekend, that's all we're doing, is answering comments, because that's what our community, everybody wants to be answered. So
yeah, in the beginning, I was super proud that I feel like we answered every comment, and it's to the point now where I'll just set aside an hour and I'll just answer comments, and I may do that 2 or 3 times a day, but it's really hard to keep up with everybody. And the one thing we do want is that connection, and we both value everybody that leaves a comment on the video, everybody that gets in the discussion at the Lolita. The coolest thing for us about the Facebook group, the Lolita Loca cruising community, is now we have a nice core of people that really help run it over there. And so I believe that if you ask a question on the Lolita Loca cruising community, you will get at least 3 or 4 answers to that question, and it may not come from Jenny and I. So it's a really sweet place for cruisers to go and get connected with other cruisers. There's so many relationships that have been born out of that community. And but yeah, the answer to the question is it never stops. We wake up and we start, and we do it all throughout the day, and we do it at night. And it's really a labor of love. We've been pushing through it for 2 years now, and we try our best to answer everybody. Sometimes we don't get to everybody, but it's one of our goals to make sure that we keep that engagement and that connection with people.
Absolutely.
We have another quick
Well,
question.
let's do that in a little bit.
Well, that's just one quick question, though.
Okay.
Whatever you like to do, go ahead and do that.
To split it up a little bit, because we have about maybe 18 minutes left on the show, but what we like to do, like Lolita Loca does, we like to give the creators in a show a chance to let other people that are watching, to give them a chance to put that they're creators, and a little bit about what you guys are doing next. So whether it's a video that you just released, if it's a video that you guys are going to be working on, put that in the chat on there. I want to thank the moderators that are helping us with the chat today, introducing people.
They're all awesome.
So thank you so much. Our support channels, Jim for More Sunshine, please. We have Bob and Ashley, and we also have DisLyfeOfOurs. Thank you guys so much for all the help that you do support us, as well as our Power channel, which is in here tonight, which is RobFuz. We do have our Spotlight channel, which we like to do is a Spotlight channel is a channel that we've been doing for probably now about the last 6 weeks, and it's a channel that really has meant something to us and what they've done. So our Spotlight channel is here today, and it is Cruising with Wills. So yeah,
Cruising with Wheels.
Frank and Kevin, if you don't know much about their channel,
I like his Frank pushes back segment.
They are a little bit sassy at times, and that's what we like about them. But Frank is in a wheelchair, which comes with the name Cruising with Wills. So people that might have some mobility issues, it's a really good resource for them to watch. And they're just really fun guys. Kevin and I chat a lot daily, just about. We're chatting to each other. We're actually going on a cruise with them on the NCL Escape this September. So it wasn't a planned cruise together, but we are definitely
figuring out that we were both on the same cruise.
Going to be meeting up with them. So they've helped us in a lot of stuff. From technical stuff to looking at YouTube in a different aspect. So thank you so much, Kevin and Frank. You've meant a lot to us, and really looking forward to actually meeting you guys in person on that. So thank you guys so much.
And everybody feel free to put your links into your channels on chat if you like, so everybody can check each other's channels out and show the support.
Yeah, we had Scott that came in. We had Ruth Voorhees, Juan Rodriguez, Matthew and Lauren, Traveling with Bruce came
Journey
in.
with the Gingers. They just
Yeah.
came on, I think.
Yeah, they were on earlier.
Oh,
Traveling with Bruce wanted to give us a message to you guys, or when we were earlier on their live chat. He was on, but he said, tell them we said hello. And I think after today's show, though, Traveling with Bruce, they go TWB family. It might be touring with butter, I think, because there was butter questions that was on there. If you guys are kind of curious about that, that is that. And then one quick thing before, this was a hot topic before, and we're going on a cruise in, as we said, in September.
I have no idea.
It's going to be a little bit cold. You're not looking. It's going to be a little bit cold during that time. We might look like belugas in the Canadian Arctic.
I'm not looking like anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Coming soon in the February 1st cruise on the Disney Fantasy, we're going back to the Caribbean, and I think it's time to have the reappearance of Mr. Speedo. So
yeah,
we are planning to get
that's the only appearance that's going to
Speedo shape. Greg has committed to it.
Oh yeah,
that is that was in the contract from Tom Henry, who also has been in the chat.
I don't know about this contract.
Tom Henry was nice enough to give us this model of the Norwegian Bliss, who he went through the Panama Canal on it. So thank you, Tom, so much. But there was small writing in that said two things. It says, one, we have to be in Speedo shape by the February 1st cruise. And then second, that if we get to 10,000 subscribers, that you will do a show in your Speedos.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. Sorry. You can even say that with a straight face.
We'd probably lose 10,000 subscribers on that.
Yeah, just life of ours. We can't wait for the Speedo vlogs. Well, keep waiting. Sorry.
All right. So real quick with some of the questions. I'm joining with the Gingers. What is your favorite Disney ship and why is it your favorite? Well, we've been on two.
The Disney Dream.
Disney Dream. I think one, because it was our first cruise that we went on. But we just fell in love with it. The first experience, it's a bigger of the Disney ships. It's the Dream class. So it's bigger than the first generation, which was the Magic and the Wonder. We went on the Magic, which was Disney's first ship. It was built in 1998, I think, 1999. And it is a lot smaller. I think we prefer the bigger ships. It was just it looked fresher, if that's the right word for a Disney ship. It just looked, we just felt more comfortable with it. I think Greg is going to be on the same one. Sherry Seekers.
I did say the Dream.
Were you shocked when Dawn surprised you on one of your cruises?
It was, so, you know, if you guys are not familiar with Don, with Don's Family Vacation, go check him out. He's such a wonderful guy. But you know what? We announced our MSC cruise, and then a couple of weeks into that, he would throw little comments here and there. And, you know, Tony and I would go back and forth. I'm like, is he coming? Is he not? And it was so cool when we turned around to just see him there, and we had such a lovely time with him.
Yeah, it was sort of weird because I thought that Don would show up. Like, all indications was that Don would show up on that cruise, but I was completely surprised when Don showed up on that cruise. And it's really neat because we spend so much time talking to cameras that when we actually meet people face to face, it really is a special kind of occurrence. And so we watch Don's videos every day, just like everybody else. And just to see Don in person and get to know him that week, and he's really a super nice guy. It was really a special time, and I wouldn't trade that time for anything. It was really cool. I'm so glad that he showed up, and of course it's led to another Tony Don adventure.
Yes.
October the 1st of this year, we are going to board the brand new Spectrum of the Seas, the Royal Caribbean ship, and go to Asia and go to Japan. We're trying out the new solo cabins on the Spectrum of the Seas. We both have solo balconies, and we are going to go and tour Japan. So, yeah, I was glad that he showed up, and it seems like the beginning of some cool stuff with Don. So super, super cool.
Yes.
That was on what people call the MSC Stinky Ship, right?
God.
Russ, man, I really like that ship.
Yeah,
but in the beginning,
was awesome.
Seaside got a lot of bad press in the beginning. We went on it about a year after it was launched, and I think they had heeded some of the people's criticism because we had a really great week on the Seaside.
Welcome, Paul Wilgus. I'm seeing a lot of the TWB family. S. Swan, Sylvia, welcome. Wanda Byram.
Matthew and Lauren.
Matthew and Lauren came in. Yes, so if we missed anyone, Disney Nerd, if we didn't say hi to them.
S. Swan.
He did say, is this D&G Explorers or the cast of Magic Mike?
Wow. Explorers.
All right. AGC Magic TV asked, do you recommend possibly starting with a company, then give a salary and commission to start as a career? Solo. I think it meant
that's
solo.
a question for...
Yeah, it's for the cruising question.
Well, not for Jennifer.
So that's about traveling.
Travel,
right?
I think, yeah.
So what goes with that is you really have to go with what you're comfortable with and what your outcome of it is. I know that, I interviewed for a couple of different, not that you interview because, it's yours. But I interviewed them back, like what was going to be the best fit for me. So I think that's what you need to do.
Yeah, and the level of pressure that comes with being an employee or on salary for somebody is a whole different vibe. So if you're trying to get into it, learn the business, and not feel the pressure of needing to perform, I feel like the best way to do it is to be an independent contractor working off commission on your own. Because as soon as you say, hey, I'm going to take money from you on the weekly or on the monthly, those folks are going to expect you to perform pretty quickly. So it depends how much pressure you want on the front end of your learning the travel agent business.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Real quick, we do have a lot of Disney channels which like to go on cruises too. So guys, definitely check them out. Bob and Ashley just recently went on the Harmonies of the Seas. We had DisLyfeOfOurs. They've been still releasing some of their Disney fantasy cruises. RobFuz went on he works with Bon Jovi, and he went on a Bon Jovi cruise. So he's been working on releasing those videos. So stay tuned for his. And he's also doing another one it's on the NCL Pearl. It's out of Spain, or it's going to be in the Mediterranean. And then some of the other Disney channels, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. There's a lot of them. So it's really cool to see both of the sites going to checking each other out and experiencing the different stuff. So Bob and Ashley are like cruise experts. They've done like 30 cruises. So it's pretty cool to follow what they've been doing on that. We're coming in towards the end of the show. We've got about 8 minutes left, but a little bit about your guys' channel. So you guys have, as I stated before, you have grown leaps and bounds. You've built this huge foundation. So you've been for 2 years. What is some of the things that you can recommend to some of the vloggers out there in terms of what could help them grow their channels?
I think, like for me, I think the interaction with everybody, we are always very accessible on social media. We never don't answer something. We're here, and I think that built such friendships and relationships, and I get such joy out of it that I think that's how I helped, with
For sure.
Yeah,
and I think from a creative side is you have to, it's interesting. You make the content that you like that appeals to you, but you also have an audience that you're trying to seek. And it's more than just the people that follow you. There's a huge amount of people out there that don't follow you. So you have to get good at making content that for the audience that you don't have. And so that comes through things like understanding what people are searching for, making accessible videos with content. Sometimes you can get into making too many inside jokes, for example, like you have relationships with people in your community or other creators. If you start referencing those things, the person that's just coming to your channel might be lost and might not be able to make that connection. So again, you want to figure out what people are looking for. You want to think about the audience that you don't have, and then you have to service both. You have to service the audience that you do have, and then also the ones that you don't have yet.
I think also you really just want to everybody bring, like all the creators, everybody brings something different, so you really only want to be better than what you were the day before.
Yeah, that's probably the best advice that we got. It can be a little competitive. It can be cooperative at the same time, and so you try to cooperate. We really believe that the way that you build yourself is to build up others. But if you do want to get competitive, the best person to be competitive with is yourself. Are you doing something today that's better than what you did yesterday? So we do a lot of looking at our videos. We look at the performance of our videos. We watch them and say, were we entertaining? Was that funny? Can somebody watch this video all the way to the end? And how do we do something tomorrow better than what we did it today? Because that's who you want to compete with. You want to compete with yourself, because everybody else, if you can build them up, they're going to bring more people into the cruising community. They're going to bring a bigger audience. And so all you can really do and all you can really control is whether you're better than yourself the day before. So that was one of the best pieces of advice we got along the way is it's okay to keep up with what everybody else is doing, but when it comes down to competing, beat yourself on a daily basis and you'll have a better opportunity at growing.
That's right.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right, we're going to do one final.
Chat check.
More sunshine, please. More sunshine, please. Raise a glass in the air. Dilly dilly. All right. Some other questions that we have going on. David and Aaron asked if you guys would be interested in going on a Disney cruise. They did answer that. They said that only with their grandkids, and it would be in the year 2050.
What?
We have kids that are close to 30 and married, but no grandkids yet. We would definitely go on a Disney cruise. It's very appealing, and we would have to complete the quest of going on all the different cruise lines. So Disney's there. We'll be on it sooner or later.
And not every Disney ship is quite the same. So we actually want to do all of them at some point. I would recommend trying to do that. I know you only want to do really one per cruise line, but each of those ships have
Well,
something.
they'll have to go over.
Have something different, I think, to give. And then by then you'll have like 4 new ships coming out. So
They'll have 7 in there.
you'll have your pick of the litter there.
Jeff,
I'm a big Marvel fan. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Disney's bought almost everything that I love. So yeah, there's definitely things that Disney. I'll probably go back to Disney World when Star Wars Land opens. So I think that'll be my reintroduction to Disney.
The Disney cruise that we're going to be doing is actually going to be Star Wars themed, so that's going to be awesome because we've never done that
going
before.
During the Super Bowl week, so that's
yeah,
going to be
a double
interesting.
whammy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We have Jeff Geyer who asked, anyone looking into a cruise on the Mardi Gras? Well, speaking of that, these two guys are going on not on the transatlantic, but you're leaving on the first one out of New York on the inaugural cruise on that, right, guys?
We are September 24th, 2020. I am super excited to get on this ship. You know, we love the Oasis class, and it reminds me a little bit of that.
Yeah, Carnival's kind of taking the neighborhood idea from the Oasis class, and they're building out zones. So there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff on the Mardi Gras. Going to be some good food. Emerald Lagasse's going to have a restaurant on there, and yeah, I can't wait to check it out.
It's cool that they're changing. Their first ship ever was called the Mardi Gras. And now they're kind of retheming their image. And one thing that I like about it is I like the color of it. I like the blue hole. I think that's going to look sharp. So it's going to be interesting, the new direction. Plus, with it being the first mega ship that they have, it's going to be really cool to see what they offer on it. We were actually thinking about going on that one, but the Escape goes up into Canada this year, and we didn't want to do back-to-back cruises into Canada. So we're doing a group cruise. We're going to be on the Symphony of the Seas in September 26th for 7 nights out of Miami. So we decided to go back to the Caribbean
of
plus 2020. We wanted to do a group cruise, and we figured it wouldn't be good to do a group cruise on the Mardi Gras with so many other channels that are on there.
Well, it's actually our group cruise. Like we're actually doing the group cruise.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested in that, email us, and the link will be in the comments or in the description below, and we can send you the information on that. So that's going to be September 26th on the Symphony of the Seas.
There were a couple more questions.
Christine Elkins.
Or go ahead.
What are you looking most, Tony? What are you looking forward to most on your Japan cruise?
So for me, it's just the culture. I've never been off the continent, and so this is going to be a great trip for me to go to a whole different place and see a whole different culture. I'm just looking forward to all of it, honestly. I don't have anything that, I think one of our stops is in Tokyo, so that's an iconic city. I'm looking forward to seeing that, so it's going to be pretty awesome.
Awesome. And then for David and Aaron, they asked us, when are we going on the Carnival? When are we going to the dark side of cruise lines? We are going on the Panorama, which is, we've never done a West Coast cruise. That is in February 2021. I think it's the 21st or the 20th or something like that. It's not during the Super Bowl week, but it's around that period. We're looking forward to that. We actually have been in conversations with Life with Favor.
I was going to say, but I didn't know if they wanted us to say
Well,
anything
they've
yet.
been announcing it. And part of the 6-pack, which also includes Dancer Quest and Team Carl and Donna Slowinski, they're going to be on there. So we're looking forward to cruising with them. We cruise with them on the Bliss, and we
That
wish
might
we
be
could.
the only 6-pack they see on that cruise too.
I don't know, Speedo Boy, we'll see. And then
Speedo Boy.
So yeah, our other cruises that's going is going to be in the summer of 2021. We're going to Alaska, so we're looking forward to that. That's going to be on the Encore. So some good cruise for us coming up. If you guys haven't seen us before and you're interested, we got a lot of things coming up with cruising as well as Disney. We have a lot of stuff planned on that. So hope you guys follow us through our journeys. Excuse me, I'm getting all choked up. But
we are ending the
You too, Derick.
we are ending the Bliss trip. This last upcoming
The
vlog
last
is
one.
going to be the very last one of that group cruise on the Bliss.
Well, we have a few more. We have the slam down between round 1 NCL versus Disney round 1, because we're gonna have round 2 after we go.
But I mean the
ships.
official vlog of our trip.
And then we're gonna have
This is the last one.
another one based on it. So we got a couple more after that, but yeah, our daily travels are ending on that. Ruth Voorhees, how was your mom's trip with you, and did you vlog it? Oh, I think that's for me. I went to Las Vegas with my mom for Mother's Day. We go about 3 or 4 times a year. That's my mom's Disneyland, the adult Disneyland. We didn't vlog. I did meet up with a YouTube channel called Florida Fanatics, and we had a chance to talk because there was a electronic dance festival that was going on the week that we were leaving, and they were coming in. So we were able to do that. We posted a lot of stuff on Facebook on our page.
It wasn't videos.
No, we didn't videotape. It was more just a chance to get away from it, and that's why the video for the Bliss vlog wasn't released, because we were having a little bit too much fun gambling.
You did post a fun, cool video of you and your mom having a Jenga outing with each other, and your mom beat you on that one.
Yeah, she beat me.
It's a huge Jenga pieces, like wood block pieces, and we played it when I went last time, and I mean they're big pieces, but you have to make them taller and taller, and at some point it's just like this thing's gonna topple over, because there's a whole area on the strip by New York that has all these games where you like toss. bean bags in the holes. They have the Jengas. I think they have a couple others.
Yeah.
But those were all fun. And his mom, she said, "Oh, I'll get it in the hole and I'll play." So she took the bag and she just walked over and dunked it in the hole. And we're like, "That's not how you do it." So, but that's how she did it.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up here. I know we didn't get a chance to greet everyone that was in here. Thank you so much for showing up with us. Hope you had fun. I hope we didn't scare you away. So
it was awesome.
D&G Explorers.
It was awesome meeting Lolita Loca.
Yes. So we'll give it to them real quick. Jim, for more sunshine,
Jim's
please.
here. Jim, come back up on the screen, please.
Thank you so much again for your support, helping us by putting where we can see in our own group chat questions.
He probably fell asleep.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. Anything you want to say so that people can get a face to the name?
Oh, I'm Jim. I don't know. I've been popping in and out, but no, thanks guys for having me. This was fun. Facilitating the questions for you and learning a bunch about cruising. So thanks guys. Thanks everybody.
Now Jim does weekly vlogs. He's a Disney channel. He also does Tuesdays. He does a live show from 4:30 to 5. Sorry, that's our time. So that's 7:30 p.m. Eastern time to 8. He does a lot of fun little stuff with his show, sound effects and all that. So definitely check his channel out. And then finally, Lolita Loca. You guys, thank you so much. You guys, you don't know how much special this is for us tonight. We had a great time. Any last thoughts from you guys?
Listen, it was so great of you guys to have us, and we really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the Lido.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Derick and Greg. It was good to meet you, Jim. And thanks for everybody that showed up for the chat.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Enjoyed hanging out, answering questions, getting to know you guys better. And we sure do wish you success on your channel. And it's been a blast getting to talk to you tonight. We sure do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Jim, how do
I end my show? I usually say see ya, but you want me to say, can I get some more sunshine, please?
There you go. Hey, he did it.
That's for you, Derick.
Lolita Loca, how do you end your show?
This is Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are Lolita Loca. And until the next time,
We'll see you on the Lido.
we'll see you on the Lido.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome, guys. All
And
right.
How do we end our show?
We end our show. So I'm Derick.
And I'm Gregory.
We are D&G Explorers. And as Walt Disney says, we are just getting started. So thanks again, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Thank you for
Everybody have a
joining
nice
us.
night.
You take care. Thank you.